There are ideas we all grow up hearing. We hear them from our parents, teachers, society, and even strangers. These ideas shape the way we live, think, and see the world. But not all of them are true. Some beliefs are just repeated so often that we accept them without question. It's time to pause. It's time to reflect. And it's time to wake up from the illusions we've been taught to believe. Lesson 1. You need to go to college to be successful. This belief is one of the strongest ideas in modern society. For years, people have been told that success begins with a college degree. Parents save for it. Students borrow heavily to get it. And many measure their worth by whether they have it or not. But in the eyes of spiritual wisdom, true success is not defined by a diploma. It is not measured by letters after your name. Success is peace. Success is growth. Success is living with purpose. There are people with no formal education who live deeply meaningful lives. They serve, they create, they love. And there are people with degrees who feel lost, anxious, and trapped. The teachings encourage us to let go of labels. They remind us that the path to truth is not always paved with paper. Instead, it's built through awareness, discipline, and compassion. Learning never ends. It can happen in a classroom or under a tree. It can come from a teacher or from silence. Don't let the world convince you that a degree defines your destiny. It's okay to choose a different path. What matters is whether you are becoming more kind, more awake, more free. That is a success no school can give you, and no one can take away. Lesson 2. A 9-to-5 job is the only secure career path. We're often taught that getting a stable job is the only smart way to live. Find something safe, something predictable. Work hard, follow the rules, and you'll be okay. But this mindset can quietly trap us. It teaches fear instead of freedom. It teaches comfort over courage. Many spend their entire lives in jobs that drain them, just because it feels secure. But no job, no matter how stable it seems, is truly permanent. Layoffs happen. Companies fail. Change is always around the corner. Instead of clinging to false security, the teachings guide us to seek internal strength. Real safety comes from knowing yourself. When you build discipline, patience, and awareness, you carry your security within. You are no longer afraid of change because you know how to adapt. You are no longer owned by your job because your peace doesn't depend on it. This doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow. It means waking up. It means asking if you are truly living or just existing. You have the power to create, to serve in your own way, to take small steps toward work that reflects who you really are. When you let go of fear and start listening to your heart, you begin to live with intention. The world may say, that's risky, but the greater risk is to live your whole life in quiet regret. Don't be brainwashed by the idea that safety only comes from a paycheck. Real freedom is the ability to live in truth, whether it fits in a job description or not. Lesson 3. You must buy a house as soon as possible. The world often tells us that owning a house is the ultimate sign of success. It's what responsible adults do. It shows you've made it. But this belief can become a heavy chain. It creates pressure to rush. It leads people into debt. It makes many feel like failures just because they rent. But teachings remind us, nothing truly belongs to us. All things are temporary. We come with nothing and we leave with nothing. Clinging to possessions only brings stress. A house can be a home, but it can also be a burden. What matters is not the roof over your head, but the peace within your heart. Some people live in mansions and feel empty. Others live in small spaces and feel deeply content. True wealth is simplicity. It's being grateful for what you have, not constantly chasing more. If owning a house fits your life and values, that's okay. But don't do it just to meet society's timeline. Don't rush into years of stress for something you were told you should have. Life is not a race. Spiritual wisdom teaches us to walk slowly, to choose mindfully. When we make decisions from peace, not pressure, we begin to live with purpose. Don't measure your worth by bricks and walls. Instead, build your life on values that last: kindness, clarity, compassion. Those are the true foundations of a home. The rest is just furniture. Lesson 4. need to constantly hustle to get ahead. Hustle culture is everywhere. It tells us to grind, to never stop, to outwork everyone else. Resting is seen as laziness. Stillness is viewed as weakness. But this mindset leads to burnout, emptiness, and a life without balance. The spiritual path teaches something very different. It says, slow down, be present. Life is not a race. You don't have to fight every moment. Peace doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from letting go. The mind wants more success, more status, more money. But chasing never ends. The more you get, the more you want. Instead of running faster, wisdom invites us to look inward. Why are you running? What are you afraid of? Who are you trying to impress? When you are mindful, you work with purpose, not pressure. You serve from the heart, not the ego. There is great strength in stillness. There is clarity in silence. You don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to prove your worth through exhaustion. Real progress is internal. It's about growing in patience, kindness, and self-control. Life becomes beautiful when you learn to enjoy the moment, not just chase the next goal. It's okay to be ambitious, but don't let ambition steal your peace. Hustle if you must, but do it mindfully. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to live. Lesson 5. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. For years, we've heard that breakfast is the most important meal, that skipping it is unhealthy, that you need it to start your day right. But this is not a universal truth. It's a belief shaped by culture and industry. In reality, your body is unique. What works for one may not work for another. Some feel light and focused when they skip breakfast. Others need it to feel stable. The teachings remind us to listen to our bodies, to observe, not obey blindly. Eating is not just about filling the stomach. It's about being present, about nourishing your body with care. What you eat matters less than how you eat. Do you eat with awareness? Or do you rush through meals distracted and stressed? Real health starts in the mind. It's about your relationship with food, not just your routine. When you are mindful, you notice how food makes you feel. You stop eating out of habit and start eating with purpose. Don't be brainwashed by fixed rules. Be curious. Explore what brings balance to your life. Spiritual wisdom teaches us to let go of extremes, to find the middle path. This applies to food as much as anything else. Whether you eat breakfast or not, do it with peace. Don't be driven by fear. Let go of guilt. Trust yourself. Your body holds wisdom. Listen to it. Lesson 6. You should follow the news to be well informed. The modern world praises those who stay updated. We're told to check the news, follow headlines, stay informed. But much of what we consume is fear-driven. It fills our minds with noise, worry, and distraction. The teachings urge us to protect our inner world. Just as we watch what we eat, we must watch what we feed our minds. Constant news can lead to anxiety. It pulls our attention outward. It makes us reactive instead of reflective. Wisdom doesn't come from knowing every crisis. It comes from understanding yourself. True awareness starts within. You don't have to know everything happening in the world to make a difference. You can bring light into the world by becoming more kind, more calm, more clear. Of course, it's good to be aware, but be selective. Choose sources that uplift, not ones that drain you. Take time to disconnect, to be in silence, to breathe deeply. Your peace is precious. Don't trade it for headlines that vanish tomorrow. You can stay informed without being consumed. You can care without carrying the weight of the world. The world doesn't need more anxious minds. It needs calm hearts. Don't let the pressure to stay updated rob you of your present moment. Turn off the noise, go inward. That's where real awareness begins. Lesson 7. More money will automatically make you happier. This is one of the deepest lies we're told. That money will solve our problems. That wealth equals happiness. That if we just earn more, we'll finally feel complete. But the teachings reveal a powerful truth. Desire never ends. The more you have, the more you want. Chasing wealth is like drinking salt water. It doesn't satisfy, it makes you thirstier. Happiness doesn't live in your bank account. It lives in your mindset. It lives in gratitude, in simplicity, in peace. Yes, money can ease stress. It can bring comfort. But beyond a certain point, it adds little to our inner well-being. Many rich people feel empty. Many poor people feel content. True happiness comes from freedom, from being free of need, from knowing that your worth isn't tied to numbers. When you focus on giving, not getting, you feel rich inside. When you let go of greed, you find peace. Don't chase money blindly, earn honestly, use wisely, share generously. But don't expect it to fill a spiritual hole. The world may value wealth, but the heart values love, purpose, and calm. That is the real treasure, and it's already within you. Lesson 8. You need to find the one to be complete. The idea that we need someone else to complete us is deeply planted in our minds. We hear it in songs, see it in movies, and grow up believing that true happiness only comes when we find the one. But this belief is dangerous. It teaches that we are not enough as we are. It places our peace in someone else's hands. Spiritual wisdom says, you are already whole. You don't need to be completed. You need to be understood by yourself. Love is beautiful. Relationships can be deep and meaningful, but they are not the source of your worth. When you seek someone to save you, you lose your power. When you look for happiness in another, you ignore the joy within. Real love starts with self-awareness, with knowing your fears, healing your wounds, and growing in patience. Only then can you truly love and be loved. Don't wait for someone to make you feel alive. Start living now. Start growing now. The right person may come, but they will not complete you. They will walk beside you. You are not broken. You are becoming. Stop searching for the one. Start becoming the one who brings light wherever you go. Lesson 9. Failure is something you should always avoid. We're taught to fear failure, to see it as shameful, to hide it, avoid it, and run from it. But this fear is the real failure, because it stops us from growing, from trying, from living fully. Spiritual wisdom teaches that failure is not the end, it's the beginning. It's where learning happens, where ego drops, where truth rises. Every mistake is a lesson. Every fall is a chance to rise stronger. When you fail, you see your limits, but you also see your courage. No one succeeds without falling. No one learns without error. The journey is never straight. It's filled with ups and downs. Instead of judging your failures, study them. What did they teach you? How did they shape you? What did they reveal? Life is not about perfection. It's about presence, growth, resilience. When you stop fearing failure, you become unstoppable. You take risks. You speak truth. You live with heart. Failure doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. Don't let society shame your stumbles. Wear them with pride. They are the footsteps of your becoming. Keep walking. Keep growing. Lesson 10. You need to have it all figured out by a certain age. There is pressure to have your life sorted by a certain age, to hit milestones, to be on track. But whose track is it really? Time is not a race. Life is not a checklist. Some find their purpose at 20, others at 60, and both are perfectly on time. Spiritual teachings remind us there is no fixed path. There is only your path. Let go of comparison. Let go of deadlines. Life unfolds differently for everyone. Rushing only brings anxiety. Real growth takes time. Seasons change, so do you. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to be figuring things out. That's what life is. A process, a journey, a becoming. You don't have to know it all. You just have to keep walking with courage, with humility, and with trust. Some days will be clear, others will be cloudy. But every step you take in awareness is a step toward truth. You're not behind, you're not late, you're not broken. You're exactly where you're meant to be, becoming who you're meant to become. Let these false beliefs fall away. The world may call them truths, but spiritual wisdom calls them illusions. You don't need to follow the crowd. You need to follow peace. Truth doesn't scream, it whispers. Listen closely, trust yourself, and above all, stay awake.